Welcome back to another one. So we're obviously still on the E92, which will be on for a while. Got my oven. That'll be another episode. Got something cool to do with that. Should be able to make some parts look sweet. We're working on this rear quarter panel here underneath it. I actually wasn't originally going to do any video on it because I kind of thought it was boring and not very exciting, which, I mean, it's not exciting, but it's a job that I had to do that I really had been putting off for a while, pretty much since I started cutting the quarters off. Sealing it up is not fun at all, and if you don't do a half decent job at it, you end up getting a lot of smoke in the car, so it kind of has to be done decently. So I was going to just do a quick video of the end kind of product, but I'm about to put some primer down just to seal up all this metal, just some like etch primer. So we are going to do that, but I thought I'd just show you basically what we did here. So the simplest step is there's some, I probably should have honestly started the video before when I had nothing on here at all, but anyway, that didn't happen. So there was big holes here, and then if you don't seal up these holes, basically you get material come up, smoke comes up into the cab, which sucks. So, and we already had a few things that we already had to work with. This bar down here was basically originally, when I originally built the car, we had the quarter panels, but we cut the back off, and that bar there is a bit of chrome moly. And we just wanted to sort of have an edge so it just wasn't straight steel, because I've been known to blow a few tyres in my time. And when you blow a tyre, if you don't have any edge there, you usually make a mess. So this car's a party car, there's a pretty good potential I'm going to blow tyres in it at some stage. So we got an edge. So that edge is there. Then we went through and sealed up like all these holes. These are all holes. So anywhere where there's a plate, there's a hole. So the big ones where I thought, I mean, I'm not an engineer, so I don't actually know, but I'm sure this piece here is kind of some structural rigidity of the rear end, and this piece here. So we actually welded these plates in. They're all welded, so that's kind of boxed in. Then we put a piece of because this was just an open edge here, like a steel edge that we'd cut. So we put a piece of bar, this is a bit of 1/4 inch solid bar, we bent that up on the bender, and that goes all the way down there, all the way into there. So you can see here it's just been stitched in with the MIG. Basically that's just to finish that edge up, make it nice, make it strong. So that's what that's about. Then we, these holes here are actually just aluminum tape. There was holes here and here. And then there's some other holes up here. We've filled this. It's all filled with expander foam. And then we've also gone ahead and put expander foam in here as well. So the basic idea for that is if you don't seal that up, I'm sure there's other ways to seal it, but that's like the quickest, easiest way, and that's we want to get this thing done over winter. We don't want to mess around too much. I've already tried to go too elaborate with some stuff anyway, so expander foam it was. Basically, we're trying to stop the smoke getting into the cabin so we can see. So yeah, that's what that expander foam's for. That sealed that up. And then this thing's kind of cool. I didn't actually know whether I wanted to cut this piece off. In my other car, I actually have cut this off. But now mounting everything to it is kind of hard, to be honest, without that there. And I didn't really want to mess around too much. So we've cut this area out so we can strip the rubber out and it doesn't get stuck, because if I left this piece in to hold some support, rubber this would have just been a big area to catch rubber, which we didn't want to do. So we cut this piece out, then we bent this little piece up on the bender, and it's actually pretty solid. Like honestly, probably could have even done a 3/16 piece, but this is a bit of 1/4 inch, and then just with a pot rivet on the side there. And it's actually like super solid. So this is usually an area where you do get hit sometimes, so we also want to be able to push that out if we get hit. So that's kind of where we're at with that now. I've done exactly the same thing. We have got expander foam up here, and that's stopping smoke going up into the cabin as well. So we think we got all that covered. The real test will be once we drift it, but yeah, we've kind of done exactly the same thing. This side's got the same thing happening. I've got a few holes to seal up, so we're just going to get on the seam sealer now, seam up a few last seams, and then we're going to give it a good prep wash, and then I want to get some edge primer on all this bare metal. So we'll edge primer in there, edge primer the back here where we've got some bare, where we got this bare steel here, we'll edge primer that, get all that edge primed up. Alright, so you kind of seen where we had just before there, we dropped the sheet down on the ground. I've actually been weighing up whether I buy a inflatable booth or not, but I don't know, kind of been a stingo to be honest with you. So for the time being, I laid the plastic down, masked up the edges, we blasted it all in primer. So everything's in edge primer now, it's all sealed, it's not going to rust. Basically ready to move on with the next job. So we'll give you a quick walk around of how this came up. I'm super happy with it. It's yeah, she's all sealed, primed, all the edges are sealed up. Got some primer on these just so it doesn't rust, the bare steel. Got that all done. Everything's solid, so yeah, done baby. That's that project kind of finished. If anyone's doing E92, E90, or honestly most chassis, when you cut that off, it's kind of similar. So pretty, I mean, I've honestly probably do have about 3 days work in it, right from cutting it off to cleaning it all, coming up with that plan. I mean, I ran you through that plan pretty quick there, but it actually did take me a fair while to come up with that solution. So yeah, that's where we're at. So if anyone's doing that, it's a nice way to get it done. And once you get some primer on there and some paint, it'll look sweet. And then you're going to cover it anyway. Oh, one other thing we did do, I got all these nutserts in. So they're M4 nutserts. That's what we're going to hold the panel on with. So yeah, got all them in as well. So we're getting there. So we'll continue on today. Hopefully I'll get this video done today, and we're going to start the sway bars next. So the E92 sway bar installation. We've got some sway bars back here. They'll be on the next video. So thanks for watching. If anyone's doing anything on their under the car, wants to know what I did, there's the video.